Hi everyone. So first I'd like to thank Richard Paul Evans dearly. The first few days my video was up, I had only got 16 or so views and were from people I knew. Then he shared it on the Michael Vey Facebook page and it rose to 200 and to 400 views. I know for most YouTubers 400 views is a bit lame, but to me as a YouTube beginner, it's worth partying over. So thanks a lot to him. And there's another reason I'm interested in authors. Because I'm a published author too. What I have here are two books I published by Trafford Publishing. It's called The Blacktop Brothers. And I have a sequel right here, The Blacktop Brothers 2, Mountain Mission. It's going to be a series of 4 called The Vandal Cycle. This one I wrote when I was 11 and I published it in October 2012. This one, it took me a year after finishing the first one, and I published it January 2014. They haven't been selling much, but I don't really care. It's just that I'm working on a ton of other books right now, including book 3, and I'm looking for a publishing company around Canada that is more serious than Trafford. So if you know any, I'd love if you could comment on that. But you know something I like more than books? Movies. Just like you, I've seen a few movies where I've watched it so many times, if it disappeared off the face of the earth and I was the only one who remembered it, I could redo it from scratch. But something I like a lot is talking to people about movies. And originally, I wanted to make a YouTube account like Jeremy Johns, who reviews movies 24/7. I had some good ideas and I had a rating system in mind. But after 2 or so reviews, it was too hard for me and I didn't end up creating the YouTube account. When I thought about it for a little bit though, I decided to try to make a website instead. I knew how to, roughly, from grade 9 business class. So 4 months ago, I did, using Weebly. It's called weldonwitness.weebly.com. There I've reviewed about 80 movie and book reviews as of now. The homepage explains how I review these movies and books. There's a page for the high school I go to. I like to update news, but I don't use that place generally. But the photo for book 3 is there right now if you want to check it out. You can also comment to suggest a review to me. I don't know, I like a comment every once in a while. So I got an idea for this book in the summer between 6th and 7th grade when a splash pad I live near got vandalized, and the name Maddock was going down a whale slide. That's how I got the name of the primary antagonist for this book. It's about a 15-year-old girl who is up against 4 Blacktop brothers. The Philp brothers, if you want. And when they vandalize her brand new car for fun, and after a ton of taunting, she decides she's had it. She has to go find their address to try to prove them to the police. Plus, no one really cares about her ideas. No one really respects her opinion, except her grandma, who may turn on her eventually. Now, you know something? I originally expected this to be 50 or 60 pages, a bedtime story I could read to my family, and I ended up enjoying it so much in terms of writing that it's now a novel. But I was kind of in a hurry to publish it, so there are a few errors and it is a bit cheesy, but if you buy it, I want you to keep in mind that I was 11 when I wrote it, and it starts off how all of the characters, well, the primary characters meet. And it's basically a startup for the series of 4. I'm much more proud of Book 2, Mountain Mission. It takes place a year and a half afterwards. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but the Blacktop brothers are on a rampage in the Rocky Mountains in British Columbia. It's turning the city below into a war zone. There are also a few books I'd like to recommend before I go. The first one is a book called The Rig by Joe Ducie. It's not that popular, so it's okay if you haven't heard of it, I wouldn't mind, but a sequel called Crystal Force is coming up, and I am so psyched for it. I'm a fan of prison escape books, and I doubt that any book will ever come along that's as good as The Rig when it comes to escaping from jail. It's just so honest and moving and just action, action, action. I found this book at the store, kind of like how I saw The Rig and just decided to pick it up, called Taken, and it has a sequel called Frozen. They're by Erin Bowman. I don't think Frozen is quite as good as book 1, but I think that Erin Bowman has seriously set herself up for an amazing, interesting sci-fi. And this series got me into horror. It's called the Escape from Furnace series by Alexander Gordon Smith. It goes from lockdown to solitary to death sentence to fugitives to execution. And they're not for young, calm minds, but they were so amazing. They're kind of similar to The Rig, but Escape from Furnace came first. Who are we to blame? And I saw book 3 in the store and book 1 and 2 weren't there. I decided to pick it up anyway. I ended up loving it so much I bought 1 and 2 even though I more or less knew what was going to happen. Bottom line, you really should check out that series. I also have the complete collection of Percy Jackson books, but I've had them for a while and I didn't pick them up until I got a request from Jamie on my website to check them out. You know, the Jamie who helped me with my Michael Vey video. And I've read 3 out of 5 of them so far, and I can't decide which one is better. I think that they're all action-packed, it won't matter if the chapters are long, and they're quite crafty and funny. So I hope you check out my website, and I'm one of those people who takes dislikes a little bit seriously. I'm not gonna hate you if you give this video thumbs down, but I hope I can see some likes and thanks for watching my video.